Hi guys, Angie Bells, my fairy treasures. Okay, you guys, I am back to share my fairy that I drew, and we're going to color her up, and then she's what's going to go into the fairy world that we made. Let's see on my camera here. But what I'll do after we color her up, what I will do is I will after we color her up, I will, what am I going to do? My brain. Where's my brain? I'll have to make a color copy of her and then shrink her down and then cut her out and then I'll put her into the world. But that's a whiles away. We need to go ahead and get her colored up. Okay, so here we go. We're going to use a lot of different products. As you guys know, I love mixed media. So I'll talk about the products as we go along. Let me... we're going to zoom in on the face a little bit tighter. There we go. Because the face is what we're going to work on first. All right. The face and the body. You guys, what I'm going to do, because I like where I'm at right now, if I go below her chest at all, like her arms, that might not be on camera. Let me just see when I go like this. Yeah, I might have to adjust it. All right, right now we're good for the face. Okay. I don't want to have to keep readjusting the camera, so what I'm trying to say to you is we'll do the face, we'll do the neck, and the arms I'll probably have to do. It'll be off camera, so. All right, so first thing I'm going to use is some Jane Davenport Incredible Ink. And I'm using a color called Tinsel. This is it right here. I love it. For the base color, you can mix this up with water and you can get a lighter, like a foundation color. You can get a lighter, you can get all different shades, from like a tan skin to a nice dark skin. So depending on how much water you add to it or don't add to it. So here we go. So I added just a little bit of water to it, and here it is right here, because she's gonna be a woman of color, or at least a darker skinned woman. So we need the base to be darker, right? Right. So this is her base color, and we're going to shade with my favorite thing, which are the pastels, the Jane Davenport pastels. Oh, and the Incredible Ink is Jane Davenport. I don't know if I said that or not. If you've been watching my channel, you guys know I love Jane Davenport products. We're also going to use her new paints, the ones where you I gotta turn this a little bit. The paints where you make them yourself. She gives you the pure pigment, the powdered pigment, and you use gum arabic and make your own. Super exciting. I'm trying to think if I want, oh yeah, her arms are gonna be part of her clothing. Okay, so I'm talking to myself, sorry guys. All right, so we got the base on. I'm lucky that worked out, because my ink, my Incredible Ink that I mixed up with a little bit of water, it got really kind of, it's real liquidy, like a watercolor, like an ink, but it got really thick. I guess it's been sitting there for a while, but it worked out good, so that's good. Let me get a new baby wipe, you guys. Let me see what you guys are seeing. If you're seeing to her shoulders, yeah, perfect. There we go, so you can see the shoulders. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Jane Davenport's palette Pastels. This one is Birthday Suit. This is really my favorite one, especially for skin tones. It has all the skin tone colors. It's gorgeous. And then the second one I'll be using of the Jane Davenport palette Pastels is called Chilled. Okay, so let's start doing the shading. You guys, you know what I want to do first? I'm going to do it really quickly because I just think it looks better if you color the eyes now so you can see the eyes. They don't look crazy. I'm going to use her. I'm not going to use the water palette that I bought that you make your own colors. I'm not using that yet. My favorite color to use for the eyes is right here. Is this Jiminy Cricket color. I'm going to do her eyes green. Okay, so we're going to get some green eyes going first. So we just have the eye color. There'll be other things we need to do to bring the eyes alive, of course. I have a whole little system for the eyes, but just to get some color in there so they don't look so plain. And then it's just easier to work on everything else. There we go. I just felt like I needed to get some color in the eyes. So these are my favorite color eyes to do. I give way too many of my girls these same green eyes. Sometimes I'll do one purple eye and one green eye, which I think is cool too. But today, we are going to do green eyes. Green eyes only. Okay, and I used, this is what I used. I used Jane Davenport's watercolor, this palette. Okay. And it looks like that. The teal palette. Okay, rinse my thing. All right, moving on. Let's do the shading now. Does that look better? Now you're working with, I don't know, you feel like you're working on someone now. Now that you see their eyes are colored in. At least that's how I feel. All right, moving on. So on the palette Pastel, let me see if you guys are seeing my palette. Perfect, you're seeing my palette right here. I'm going to use this color where I've almost hit pan at. And we're going to start shading. Okay. And if I start getting quiet here and there, you guys, don't mind. Just focusing. I may have to get a different, and you apply with an eyeshadow brush. And all these products I'm using are made to look like real makeup. So that's why this looks like a makeup palette. I'm sad to say that she stopped making this line of a product that looks like makeup. That the packaging looks like makeup. She was selling it through Michael's, and I don't know what happened, but now she sells all her stuff through her own website. I think she might still have a few products at Michael's. I'm not sure. But this line right here, she doesn't have anymore. So be on the lookout for it if you want to try some of this product if you haven't, or if you have tried it and you love it and you want it, just make sure that you, I gotta find a better one. This one's kind of wearing out. Make sure you get some of this and stock up on it before, you know, you can't find it anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. People are like, girl, spit it out. All right, maybe I'll use this one. Get the stuff off of here. That one, the eyeshadow brush I was using was starting to wear out. Okay, so let's continue here. Okay, I'm going to do some of the eyes too. So this is everywhere I'm doing the shading at, and then I'm going to blend it out. And I've noticed that, oh, I should say this before. I actually, when I drew her out, I drew her on the wrong side. If you turn this over, it's smooth. This is, I should have told you what paper I used. This is watercolor paper. On the other side, it's more like, this is cold, which has some roughness on it. The other side is smoother. And I meant to draw this on the smooth side. So what I've noticed is since I'm on this rougher texture, it'll be great for the watercolor. With these pastels, you really need to go in small little circles to blend it out, because it kind of like blends it into the paper and goes in the little rough spots, and then it goes nice and smooth. So just wanted to tell you that if you do it on paper that has some texture to it, that's how you apply it on there. We may, yeah, I'm going to right now. We came a little bit, oh, this is what's nice. We came a little too far on the forehead here. Isn't this nice right here, you guys? You can erase pastels, these pastels. So that's phenomenal. So if you get a little overzealous and you need to erase a little bit, you can. There we go. So let's blend this back out a little bit more. There we go. That looks better. And I love that about these pastels. So you don't have to, like, you know, be so worried if you get a little overzealous, if you get a little heavy-handed like I did. You don't have to worry, because you can erase. So I love that. Just like if you use pencil, you can erase. To a certain extent. Sometimes pencil doesn't allow you to erase as much as you want to, but all right, so now let's blend. You know what I need to do? I need to move my paper. Let me see if I can move it with and let you guys still, yeah, perfect. So little small circles to blend that out. And down here, I'd like to expose a little bit more skin, not so much shading. So I'm going to cut that back a little bit with my eraser. And let's blend again. Okay. Love that I can do that. Because there's a lot of mediums you can't do that with. Once you apply them, that's it. You just gotta, you know, if you want to fix it, you gotta fix it a different way. But with this medium, we're lucky. Okay. So next, we're going to contour the nose. Okay. And contour the nose here. And just a little bit, we'll throw some darkness right on the inside of the eye. Just how your eyes are, you know, right here, there's a little bit of darkness, a little shading. We'll blend that in there. Okay. That looks good. Love it. Okay, and then we need to do some shading on the nose. Just a second, you guys. I got a little mess going here. I have some molds that I like to mold. I have some molds I like to use, and I have some plaster of Paris that's on my desk, and it's getting into everything. It's getting all over my hands. It's getting on my brush. I'm like, what the heck? And I just discovered what it is. So, just a second. I just had to do a little cleanup there. All right, thought I had it cleaned up from yesterday. Let me get a drink of tea. Okay, I am loving it. So, like I said, I need to get my pencil out. Let's see if this is the color that I want to use. I think so. All right, so we're going to just do a little shading on the nose. And I'm using a Prismacolor pencil. Okay. And then we're going to take a little brown here at the bottom too. So kind of give them like that little round tip on the nose. And I did it with my pencil. Now I could have done this little bit of shading, but you know what? It's so much cleaner when I use this pencil. Make sure you guys are seeing that. It's very small, but very important. Okay, so now we want to go down and do the shading on her neck and her décolleté. I have her wearing a blouse that's off the shoulder, so this will be all colored something else when we get to that. And I'll see about the time situation. There may be things like the clothing I may do off camera, the wings I may do off camera. We'll see how much we can get done in an hour. Can't always get everything done on camera as much as we want to. Yeah, we'll just go down with that same color and do some shading. And some shading here. right in the crux. We'll do that. And I got a little bit of this on the wings. You can just erase that right off of there if you don't want that there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna lightly blend on that line just so it's not so. There we go. And we'll go a little heavier on the blending it out here. I'm gonna put a lot of heavy shading on here because we got these wings, right? So if her body is probably being shaded by these wings, so that's why I think there should be a lot of shading on her body. Let me see if I can go like this. Plus it deepens her skin tone, which is what I wanted to do also. So let's go lightly blending there and then heavier. Get the blending out a lot heavier here. Okay. Also, I know I have her upside down here. I'm going to do some blending here. But I had to turn this upside down so I could be at the right angle. Perfect. Just want to make sure that you guys can still see. And then again, blend it out. All right, let me turn this around because I like it like that. Oh, I love it like that. Okay. I didn't know if I got a little heavy-handed and with the blending or with the shading, but I like it. It's giving her a really, really nice deep skin tone, which is what I wanted. So that's good. Very pretty. Okay. And I think I might want to do a little bit of let me just see if I want to or not. I might deepen just the outers of her skin. Okay, I'm thinking about using this color right here. It's a very dark, dark brown. And just put it on the outline, on the edges. It just gives a little extra deepness. Let me see if I want, yeah, I want to. It's just gonna look and see how that's gonna look. Yep, I like it. I usually do this, so. But I always check in with myself to see if that's what I want for that, you know, that girl that I'm working on. Because things change. Okay, so now we're going down to the neck area, deepening that, doing kind of the same thing. And I think here I'll leave that alone there because I think that's, I want to leave a little bit of lightness in there. I am going to erase just right down the center a little bit. That we got a little, because I want that to be the light hitting down her, the center of her neck there. And I'm just cleaning up my pastel to get out the lines a little bit. I'm so happy I can do this. And after it sits, it kind of becomes part of the paper, so I don't usually spray them. But if you're concerned, you can take a matte clear spray paint and set everything once you're done, if you feel like you need to do that. But it, like, I don't know, it just really becomes part of the paper after a while, after you know, a day or so, and I don't really have to worry about it. Okay, I'm loving her skin tone. Like, this is gorgeous. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, let's work on, oh, let's throw some eyeshadow on her, and then we'll do the eyes. Actually, let's finish up the eyes, and then we'll go to eyeshadow. But let's go to the eyes. I need to throw blush on her cheeks too, but we won't do that yet. Let's go to eyes and finish up the eyes, because it kind of drives me crazy that the eyes aren't done. So I'm going to use Prismacolor Dark Green, and we're going to use Prismacolor Chartreuse. Just make sure you guys are seeing good. So I'm going to take the dark green and go right in the crux of the eye. Okay, in the crux of this eye here. Again, I just discovered working in circles on this rougher side works out better. And then we're going to use our blender pencil to blend it out, which I don't have out, so let me grab it. Oh, here I have one right here. So this is what a blender pencil is. Okay, you can get these at Blick's, or you can get this at Michael's in the fine art section. I've never seen these, for some reason, these blender pencils at Hobby Lobby. So, but you can get them at Michael's in the fine art section, and they're called blender pencils. And you just blend your pencil right out, and just small little circles, and it blends out the color. What it really saves you is from having to go to a second color, like a little bit lighter green, to blend it, having to do a lot of light strokes over and over and over. Some people really like that, but I don't. I like to lay the color down and then use my blender to blend it out. Okay, so then I'm going to use this chartreuse right here in the center. Isn't that gorgeous? That's pretty. Okay, so now let's do it to the same thing the other one. Right in the crux, let's put our green in. You're going to come halfway on the side of the eye, basically. I might have went a little far on this right here. Just bring that back a little bit. Again, you can use your eraser on pencil and blend that out. Hey, you guys notice the pattern? I like things that I can erase. So if I've made any mistake, or I don't like the way it is, I can always make a change. And this kind of blends, this pencil doing that, I go over the green, the darker green, into that, and it kind of blends it out also. Look how pretty that her eyes look. Okay, gorgeous. Done with that. I'm going to continue on with her eyes. I'm going to line them again, and I call it putting some eyeliner, more more eyeliner on her eyes. It's bringing back all of the shape of the eye back because we've done a lot of stuff to it. So let's bring back the color of the eyeball for one. So it's nice and black. And I'm using a pen that's kind of like a micron, but it's called Le Pen, but it's just like a micron. Let's define the eye again. Okay. And I like to define the eye on the bottom pretty heavily. So it's like she has a real heavy eyeliner on. Let's go back over the eyelashes so that they're fresh again and you can see them. Okay, what a difference. Okay, so let's go and do that to the same thing over here. Redefine the eye. Sorry if I get quiet, I'm just focusing. Redefine the eye shape here, here, and then really put back that eyeliner again. Nice and thick. And then let's redefine the eyelashes again. Okay. Look how doing all that just really brought the eyes out again. Love it. Now the eyebrows, I like the way they look. I don't like them to look really, I mean, they're defined enough. We have colored over them a little bit and all that, but I don't care. I like them like that. Some people go back over them and make them really super defined, but I don't want to. They're good to me. Okay. You know what I should have done? I should have done her eyeshadow and then done her eyelashes. We may have to go back over the eyelashes again. We'll see. We'll see what this does. Okay, so let's now take the, I want it like a smoky eye. So here's the palette. Isn't this fabulous? This is how much I use it, you guys. And I have a nice stock. I've been stocking up every time I see it on clearance. And then, Olivia just sent me, Olivia Hernandez. Hey, Olivia, sent me a whole bunch, sent me like a couple palettes. So I have a nice stockpile. For some reason, I always knew that it wasn't going to be around forever, these products. And right away, as soon as I could, I got 2 of each thing. Thank God I did. All right, so I'm going to use this, this kind of purpley blue color. It's a really nice color for like a smoky eye. For that beautiful smoky eye look. Gorgeous. And the reason I love these pastels is because it blends out so easily. I don't have to go look for another color to blend it out. With the pencil, you gotta have like, you have to have a blender pencil, which is fine, or you have to have like 3 different shades to blend something out, or have a blender pencil. These, you just need the pastel, and you just take it from there and blend it out if you need to do that. So it's pretty awesome. I love them. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. And again, do I need to define the, just go over the lashes a little bit just to redefine them. There we go. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Very pretty. Okay, so what's next? I'm gonna throw some highlights and stuff everywhere. Basically I call it fairy dusting the face, but first I want to, just one second, I'm gonna get a dark brown color for I need to darken the nostrils, but we're gonna do the cheeks next. Thanks. Alright, so I'm using a Prismacolor pencil dark umber to put that little, that little area right there between underneath the nose, and then just getting the nostrils darkened up a little bit. That looks good. Okay, so now Jane Davenport has this other product that I've had forever and I love it. And it's this right here. It's in a little small tin. Isn't that adorable? And it's these little colors, and they're pastels too, but they're a cream pastel, like real creamy. They're fabulous. So I'm either going to use that one or that one. Can you tell? I've used them a lot. Oh, I put one in here upside down. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me get another eyeshadow brush. And let me see which color I want to use. All right, let me try this one. And if I don't want this one, I can always go to the other one. The other one's darker. Yeah, let's go to the other one. I think I need it to be a little deeper. Okay, so we're throwing on blush. And I'm putting it right up in the top and then just bringing it down a little bit. I'm trying a new look for my blush. In fact, you know what? I gotta move stuff out of the way. And I've got to turn this around because I'm not. All right, I like that. Let me just see. Just trying to get the blush the same on both sides. All right, that looks good, I think. I might come down just a little bit more. All right, I like that. See, this is new for me for the blush. I've seen some people do their blushes differently, where they just do it right under the eye and just bring it down like this and keep it more on the side of the face. Because I was taking my blush and I would come from here and just do almost big circle cheeks of blush. But I wanted to try that because I've been seeing it and I like the way that looks. So, and I'm loving it. Okay, so I'm gonna take that same color. I'm gonna put on her lips. And look how different it is, the color on her lips, than it is going over all those layers. Because I'm working on white paper, so it looks totally different. All right, I need a better pointed brush because that's just not going to cut it. Just a second. that's about to drive me nuts. I have no control with that. Okay. Here we go. Now I can stay inside the lips. That brush was so big. Very pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. A nice, deep, dark lip. Love it. And I love it because it kind of like matches her skin tone really good. Now for the cheeks, I could have chosen the pastels. Something in the pastels would have been nice to choose for the cheek color. I could have used something from the pastels also for her lips. For her lips, I could have also used a watercolor also. So just to give you guys different ideas, if you don't have all the products that I'm using. And that's another thing. No one's going to have all the same products, right? But it's the techniques. So you're seeing how I shaded. So then you can take that technique to a different art supply, you know. So anyway, always don't get stuck on the product. Get stuck on the techniques, because you can always take it. You know what I didn't do? I didn't do her ears. See her little fairy Elfie ears? I didn't do those. All right. We'll do those in a second. I didn't even paint them in with the stuff. Darn it. What was I thinking? In fact, you know what? Let's just do that right now. Do her ears. And then I'll start doing highlights and stuff. But then at least this will dry. So we're using this stuff, this Tencel ink, this stuff here, when it's kind of like thick like this. Huh. But it still works, and there's no funky smell to it, so we're good. I love these little fairy Elfie looking ears. It's kind of how I draw leaves. So I just did on the how I do leaves. I thought a leaf looks like an elf ear, and I wanted the ears to be like really obnoxious how I have them, so they stick out beyond her hair. So love that. I want her to be a beautiful woman, a beautiful fairy, but then kind of like a creature at the same time. So love it. Okay, so now we're going to do some highlights with white acrylic paint. Let me look at the time situation. 44 minutes. Okay. Oops. So I'm just using white cheapy acrylic paint and a liner brush. Where is it? There it is. Nope, that's not it either. All right. You know why I can't find it? Because I have everything out in front of me. You lay everything out in front of you so you can find everything. That's what I always say. I organize myself right into a mess. All right, there we go. I don't know how I didn't see that right away. Anyway, for this, I'm going to use a liner brush. Make sure you guys can see me. Oh, I love how she's turning out. All right. Oh, there it is. A little tester piece of paper. Make sure I got the So what I want to do is I like to take and do a little fairy dusting on her eyes with little white. I do this to almost all my girls. All right, got a little bit too much paint on the brush. All right, there we go. So just a little fairy dusting, which is nothing but little dots. Love it. And then I like to take and right on where the eyeliner is, throw some dots there, some fairy dusting. Get the words right, Angela. It's fairy dust her eyes. If I can get my brush loaded right. Just a second. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting quiet. I'm just focusing. Sometimes things take more focus than others. Like these damn little fairy dust dots. There we go. Not normally, but I couldn't get my brush loaded right. The other thing I want to do is I want to put a little white dot here on her nose for a highlight. Highlight here. Highlight here. Oh, on her lips, I did want to do a little bit of like a lip liner. So let me get the color I want for that. And then we'll do some highlights on the lips. Tuscan Red. That's what I want to use. Tuscan Red Prismacolor Premier. And I'm just going to go around the lips. And this just gives a little bit more like a little lip lining on the lips. And in art, I guess it's, you know, it's shading. But it also gives it a nice lining of the lips. You see how that looks? Yeah, pretty. Okay, so then I want to go ahead and put a little highlight on the lips. That looks good. I kind of wish I wouldn't have done, I might go back over with the color. I kind of wish I didn't do both these. I just had this and this one. So I'll probably go back over that, but no major. Let's on her neck, let's do a little highlight on the center of her neck. Actually, I don't think I will do a highlight there. Yeah, I think that's all we'll do. Oh, I kind of like her lips. I have my readers on, and when you take your readers off, it gives whole nother look. So I think I do like the highlights on the lips. So I think I'll leave the lips alone. Yeah, everything else I'm loving. I was going to throw a little highlight like this on the cheeks, but I like the way they look. Just really nice and rich. All right, let's do some coloring on these ears. And because they're small, I might just do all pencil and blend it out with my blender. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to take my, so here's another technique, which I could have done. Oh, I would say everything I've done, like on the shading of the face, you can do with pencil. Do the same thing I did. And blend it out with the blender pencil. So for example, I'm going to show you right now what I'm talking about. What I need to do is my next girl that I color, I'll do all the shading with pencil instead of using my pastels, which is my favorite thing. But I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about on the ears. Okay. This color right here is Sienna Brown. And that should match this here. Yeah, that matches it good. So I'm throwing in my shading with the Sienna Brown, which is pretty much the same color I used on the skin. There's just kind of a smaller area, so it's easier to do it with this pencil. I feel like it's going to be easier. Don't get too heavy-handed with the pencil because you will create a wax bloom, and then you won't be able to blend out your pencil. So I like to use like a light medium pressure. Some people always say use light, but you can do light medium if you're going to use a blender pencil. Okay, so then I'm going to take my blender pencil and blend that out. And really you can't tell the difference if I use the pencil or if I use the pastel. And then I'm going to take this dark brown and line on the edges just to deepen everything. And then blend that out. I'm blending that out into that sienna color. Just a little bit. Look, you can't even tell the difference between the two colors, so we match that up really well. Okay, so I'm going to take this Sienna Brown again. Make sure that I'm in focus. Oh, I just noticed. Oh, no, that looks good. I'm not going to worry about it. I have the inner part of the ear drawn in right here, but I put that dark brown in, and so the way I did it worked. All right, so let's blend out the sienna with the blender pencil. The products I've used, I believe you can still buy at, all the products I've used, I'm trying to think what that's called. Oh, what it's called. I want to say craftmart.com, but that's not it. Scrapbook.com. They have a lot of jade stuff, a lot of still this stuff that I'm using. So check out scrapbook.com if you're interested in getting any of these products. If you need Prismacolor pencils, you guys, Sam's Club has a pack of like 40 or something for 20 bucks. It's insane. So that'd be a good place. At least it's been a while since I've checked it out, but they've had it for like the last 2 years. They've been carrying it there. So you can get the pencils there, I believe, still. And that's a great price for Prismacolor pencils because, you know, these are professional quality pencils. You know, that you can blend them, they blend out. I'm just putting that the dark umber on the very edges. So check that out at Sam's Club because that's a good price. Love it. Let me take off my glasses and see how that looks. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Yeah, I think that looks really good. I think she looks gorgeous. Okay, let me look at the time situation. Yeah, we're almost at an hour just on that. So what I'm going to do is, I know some of you guys will be disappointed, but I'm sorry because the time situation. I think that was a good little, like a little lesson of how I, you know, do the face and do the skin. Let me come out a little bit of how I do the face and how I do the skin. So there we go, so you guys can see that. So what I'm going to do off camera is I'm going to paint in the hair, I'm going to paint in the wings, and her clothing. And then the next time I do one of these girls, which will be in another, we'll have this finished up and I'll start a new one. I'll start with the hair and the wings and the clothing, so you can see my process on that if you're interested in that, to see how I do that. So the next time I do one of these girls, I'll do the opposite. I'll do the hair. I already have the girl colored up, and we'll do the hair, and we'll do wings, and we'll do clothing, so you can see how I do that. But I always know doing the skin tones and the shading and doing, like, if you want makeup on your girls, all of that, that's a lot right there. So, all right, you guys. So when you come back, she'll be all colored up. I'll print her out on my computer so that she's smaller. I'm going to print her out to a 5x7 size, cut her out. I'll put her into the world, and then we'll finish it up, and it'll be about a 10-minute video just so you can see the finished product and how I kind of put her in the collage, or in the fairy world, so that she fits in, so it doesn't look like I just pasted her on. Okay? All right, you guys, that is it for now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, my friends, oh, one thing. Do something good, do something nice for someone today. And remember, my friends, we have more in common than we do not. All right? So, we'll finish this up, and I'll see you in the last video of the series. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye.